simple fact is plainly obvious to see. We're gonna kick your collective posterior. Of course you realize we're speaking figuratively. Our stats are thoroughly impressive. Our coach really has the Midas touch. Our players are fast and strong and brave.
Hello and welcome to White Men Can't Pod, episode 76 on the Nation Network. I am your host, Ryan. I'm here with one of my best friends, is Mr. Wally Floyd.
Yep, top billing again.
Also here with my other best friend is Mr. Bill Cash.
Save the best for last.
You vote at home and mail it in.
Have we gotten any mail yet, Wally?
Mail it in.
P.O. Box, Troy, New York. What was the Scruff McGruff address? 60652?
Chicago,
That-
Illinois.
that's-
60652.
Yeah, send it there. We'll read your answers on the air. Old school. We'll take voicemail. We'll leave a call in.
Yeah, I don't want live. We're not
No,
going
no.
live.
No, you got to leave
Absolutely not.
Record a tape and or mail it to us.
it. A cassette.
Yep. Record a cassette tape, mail it to us
You
in the
need to
mail.
use that Kevin McAllister thing, that little
A yak back.
talk back
Yes.
guy.
Talk back, yeah.
Use one of those. Send it in. P.O. Box, Scruff McGruff. And we'll read them on the air, and I'll find out who's my actual best friend. We're here to do a show about sports movies. It's episode 76. The movie is
Eight Men Out.
Thank you.
From 1988.
Ooh.
I didn't realize this was that old.
I didn't, except the one dude is young and Charlie Sheen's not a star yet.
Yeah.
A dramatization of the Black Sox scandal when the underpaid Chicago White Sox accept bribes to deliberately lose the 1919 World Series. How did you first see Eight Men Out?
This one.
This is it.
This is it.
Yep.
Never seen it before.
I don't think I'd ever even heard of it.
This cast is insane in this movie. It's a great cast.
Two that I know. Were there
Two?
more?
There's a couple that look familiar.
So many people.
Well, three people.
So there's Frazier's dad. Christopher Lloyd's
Thank
in
you
it.
for doing that first. Frazier's dad.
Frazier's dad. Who's he?
The manager.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
John Cusack. You never heard of this
Yeah,
guy?
John
John Cusack, yep.
He was a documentarian who did the thing about 2012.
Yep. John Mahoney.
I don't know John Mahoney.
That's Frazier's
Oh,
dad.
okay.
Yep.
Frazier's dad.
You got Christopher Lloyd.
Yes.
Christopher Lloyd.
He was my sticking point in this movie, Christopher Lloyd. But we'll talk about that when we get there.
Charlie Sheen is in this movie.
That's it. Those are the three.
Michael Rooker is in this movie.
Who's Michael Rooker?
He's from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's Yondu.
But he's also
What
in
is Yondu? I've seen Guardians of the
Yeah,
Galaxy.
no,
the
she-
blue
I-
guy with the fin on his head.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who whistles with the arrow.
Yeah,
That
okay.
guy.
Okay.
Michael Rooker is in
He didn't look like Yondu.
a ton. Well, because he was like 20 years old and stuff.
He wasn't blue.
He wasn't bald.
Who was he in this movie?
He was Chick, one of the
Oh.
main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember D.B. Sweeney?
Nope.
Yeah, I feel like I know that name,
He's in a
but
ton of stuff. He's Shoeless Joe in this movie.
Okay.
Do you know Michael Lerner?
that's another name that sounds familiar.
Vaguely
He's the
familiar?
guy in Elf who's mad about the. He gets mad when the books. He's like the head of the book publishing company in Elf, and he comes in. He's like,
Oh.
"You leave, you're fired."
He played Rothstein. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's him.
Oh, okay.
Bill Irwin.
I know the name, but I don't really.
There's a lot
know
of
what-
those guys in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
That's
not
true.
those guys that get put in the back corner of a restaurant. Those guys like us.
No.
I mean, those guys from a movie. That guy. I know that guy. What do
Yeah.
I know that guy?
Paul Giamatti's before he was Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, that. The IMDb
All Stars.
all stars here on this movie. All right, Wally, it is your movie, so we'll let you take over.
Well, let's start with the budget game. What do you guys think was the budget for this movie?
A lot of stars.
A lot of stars.
But before they
In
were
nine-
stars,
Yeah, in 1988.
they'd do the time stuff, make it look like it was from the 20s or whatever years
Yep.
before the 20s.
period piece. Period piece.
1919, right?
1990.
Period.
Yeah.
Piece.
Period
Pop your
piece.
peas.
Pop. Boy, oh boy. 17 million.
Oh boy. Oh boy. 12 million.
Oh,
You're both
boy.
over.
7 million.
The dollar goes farther. In 88. What'd you say? 7?
I said 7.
That's probably it. Fuck. 7.1 million.
Oh my god.
You're both over.
Ah!
Good cheater. 7.7 million is too high. Ryan.
Anything?
What'd you say?
Didn't say anything.
7 million is too high. What are our next bet?
Did you go?
No.
You've been going first.
Yeah, but you just pulled some shady stuff. with
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. You're trying to shade me.
Yeah.
All right, 4 million.
$4,001.
I see what you're doing.
Well, then Bill wins this because it was $6.1 million for the
Fucking-
budget.
You
All
got
right.
me with my own get.
Yeah.
What do we think the box office for this movie was?
It probably did all right. So what was all right in 88? I'm going to say, and it was 6.1.
Yep.
23 million.
23 million. No, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. 32 million.
You're both over.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man, this movie.
It was 6.1, you said?
Yep.
12.2 million.
I knew you were going to do the double. 17 million.
You're both over.
Oh, boy.
What the fuck?
3 million.
You were over again. That can't be right.
That's what it said on IMDb. I'll look it up again, but that's what it said.
1 million.
Wait, 3 million was too high?
No. 3 million
Okay.
is not too high.
Okay.
1 million.
Let me just double check on IMDb.
Oh, wait, 3 million is not too high, so 4.5 million then.
I'm going to give it to Bill because you said 1 million
Yeah,
already.
you said
said 1 million.
You cheated. There was cheating going on there.
It was not. You were the cheater.
Collusion.
It is $5,680,515. Not very good.
Not good. I wouldn't say this is a great movie, but it's better than that.
I don't know. I think it was. The problem with this movie for me was that it took me forever, like halfway through the movie, before I knew some of the people's names.
Oh, boy.
Like I knew Shoeless Joe pretty quickly,
Yeah.
but then the catcher and Chick, I thought they were the same person at first, and then it took me like halfway through the movie to realize that Chick is not the catcher.
No.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I have no idea what Christopher Lloyd's name was. I don't know who the reporters' names are. Like, it's going to be a fun run through. But we start in Chicago of 1919. We see two kids running to go to see a White Sox game. There's some reporters in the press box. When the owner comes in, he starts talking about how good the team is. They're currently 3-1 favorites to win the World Series. Then we see Christopher Lloyd and his other gambler friend in the crowd talking about the team and how only one guy on the team is being paid what he's worth, and that's the college kid, who I don't know who the college kid is for the rest of the movie. So that's useful. The team is cracking jokes at each other while the owner's trying to he's in the press box. He's trying to make it seem like the team loves each other. Everybody's all good. When in reality, they kind of there's cliques throughout the team that they don't really like each other sometimes. Shoeless Joe gets heckled by some guy in the crowd after hitting a triple. That made no sense. Chick doesn't like to lose. He's the first baseman, and then the catcher doesn't smile. The pitcher, Eddie, he gets a strikeout with a nasty knuckleball.
Eddie Scotty.
Charlie Sheen makes a catch running into the wall. This is all just like clips showing how good this team is.
Yep.
And they win their series. They're going on to the World Series. They go into the clubhouse. They won the pennant. They find champagne from the owner for winning the pennant. I think it was Eddie asks, what about our bonus? And the guy's like, this is your bonus.
Yeah, Eddie Scotty's the pitcher who they set up as like the linchpin. If he doesn't do it, they won't get the team to.
Yeah. He opens up the champagne and it's flat. So the team is not happy, and instead of getting the bonus money, they get this flat champagne.
Yeah, in real life, Comiskey, the owner, is like well known as like this great leader of the early years of baseball, but also like hated by players.
Yeah.
Like cheapskate, but whatever.
Just like the current owner of the White Sox.
Yeah.
Same story.
Yep.
The team then goes out to take a picture and then goes to a party for them for winning the pennant. We see Christopher Lloyd and his buddy are keeping an eye on the team, trying to see who might be interested in throwing the series. Chick is talking with no idea who this guy is.
The first mob boss.
Yeah, a guy from Boston, I guess.
The big one, the actual big.
Well, he's the one that wants to run the wants to put the fix on, but he doesn't have the money, so he's got to go to Rothstein.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but he's always wearing a white suit. He's from Boston, and he's a gambler. So Chick's talking to him and a couple ladies about how he got $50 for winning a boxing match, but he asked what the loser got, and he got nothing. He got, his teeth knocked out. So he said it would have been better for both of us if we had just split the $50 and one of us take a dive. So already it's like shaping up so that Chick is interested in, making money any way possible. The ladies then go to the bathroom, and the Boston Gambler talks to Chick about how many guys they would need in order to throw the World Series. And Chick's like, I could probably get 7 guys on the team right now to do it. So he immediately starts going around finding guys. He goes into the bathroom with Swede, and then the bench warmer overhears them, so they just cut him in on it immediately. And Chick's like, that guy's never going to play. It doesn't matter if he's in on it.
Yeah, they wanted to keep him out, so they got more money.
Yeah. Then Christopher Lloyd and his buddy also make Chick and Swede an offer about throwing the World Series, and the players are like, yeah, well, might as well just take both of them up on their money, and we're getting paid for the same 7 games, so might as well do it. Chick and Swede are in on it because they can. Yep, Eddie and his wife. We go to Eddie and his wife. He's getting his arm worked out, and they're talking about how he's feeling his age. We see Buck Weaver, who is, what's his name?
John Cusack.
John Cusack, thank you. He's always walking around the streets of Chicago, meeting up with these little kids.
Likes to talk to the people.
Yeah.
It's a man of the people.
So Buck sees the kids from the games, and then he plays around with them a little bit because the one kid is nicknamed Buck because he's his favorite player. Then we see Eddie gets approached by Chick about throwing the World Series right before Eddie goes into the owner to talk about his performance bonus. Eddie won 29 games, but he was sat for 2 weeks in August, so he couldn't reach the 30 mark to get his bonus. So Eddie's kind of pretty pissed off about that. He leaves the meeting and he goes right over to Chick and says he's in, but he wants $10,000 in cash before the first game. Otherwise, he's out.
Yeah, he's smart to demand his money up front.
Yep. Christopher Lloyd and his guy then approach Abe, I think, about making the bet, but it's a no-go because Abe goes over to Rothstein and Rothstein's not interested. They're like at a racetrack at this point, but Rothstein's not interested in it right then. Abe tries talking to Rothstein later about it, about running the fix, but Rothstein's still not interested. After Abe leaves, Rothstein seems to change his mind, and he tells Abe to talk to Lloyd about it. Rothstein then meets with the Boston gambler about the series, and he tells him to go home. Then he sends his mob goon guy to the Boston gambler to give him the money to run the bets because he doesn't want it coming back to him. Because once people hear that Rothstein's betting on the Reds, the odds will tank and everybody will know the fix is in. So Boston Gambler gets all of his money, and he gives it to his buddy to go to Boston and make some bets around. Make a bet. The first bet is just that the Reds will win the first game, and then the second bet will be with another bookie to that the Reds are going to win the whole series, and that he's got to play it up like the guy's out of his mind. So the team is on a train to Cincinnati, and they're finalizing who is in on the fix. We see Buck walk up to Chick and Swede and a couple other guys. Shoeless Joe isn't there at that point, but Buck he seems to not want to be in on this. He's like, no, that I don't want any part of this.
Yeah, some of these dudes are all in. Some are like uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
But.
Shoeless Joe is weird.
Yep.
They try to get him on board, but he's skeptical. So Swede is kind of a jerk, and he's like, you don't want everybody hating you. Everybody else is in on it. Don't make us look bad. Everybody's gonna hate you, and it like gets to Shoeless Joe.
Yeah, I don't know how true to life this is or not, but they sure make him to be a dumb bumpkin in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because wasn't the rumor that he I forget what his stats were, but
He took the money, but then didn't actually throw anything.
Yeah.
Was how it is often presented.
Right.
Yeah.
He definitely took the money from the gamblers, but then like hit the only home run of the series and hit like 300, hit 315 or something like that.
We see gamblers everywhere seem to have figured out that the fix is in because the odds have tanked.
Yep.
The players meet with Abe and ask about their money. Buck is at the park and he's taking some swings to clear his mind. Now, Frazier's dad, is his name Kid or Kit?
Kid. K-I-D.
Okay.
Which
So-
is weird that they're all calling the manager Kid.
Yeah.
But that's what these names are back. I love the stupid name. Chip and Swede and Lefty and Kid and Buck.
Yep.
Baseball and Hap.
Who was Hap? Was that Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
So Kid comes out to talk to him because he knows that the players were talking the night before on the train. And he tells Buck, go back to the hotel, get some rest. Big game tomorrow. Eddie goes to his room and he's got $10,000 under his pillow, just like he wanted to throw the first game. Everyone's at the game the next day. We see Kid telling people that there's no way that there's a fix, even though reporters are already clued in on it. They think that people are going to start throwing the game.
Yeah, very quickly they figure this out.
Yeah. Joe does not want to play, but Kid yells at him saying, "You're going to play. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're our best player. You're playing."
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to back out so he doesn't have to throw it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Kid then gives a pregame pep talk to the team in the dugout about the odds and how he's heard about the odds a lot this week. Rothstein shows up to like a listening party where the stats of the game are being broadcast over almost a radio, but not really because they're reading off a ticker tape.
Yeah, it's actual ticker tape they're using.
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
But he's only going to stay there to hear the first at bat because if the fix is on, Eddie's going to hit the first batter. So Eddie throws a first pitch strike, and everybody's a little worried. Like, okay, are we doing this or not? And then his second pitch, he hits him right in the back.
Yep. It's on.
Yep. Rothstein leaves because he knows the fix is on. Buck then makes a diving stop at third and throws the runner out. Chick's not happy about it, but he couldn't just like miss the ball when it was coming to him. And then right after that, Sheen makes a diving catch in the outfield. Somebody at one point says, why aren't we throwing it?" They're like, nobody wants to look bad in the outfield, in the field. But the Reds are still winning because Eddie is pitching badly. Eddie's got to do it all himself.
Yeah, the catcher's starting to see this is bad.
Yeah.
And the writers the whole time are like waiting for a fix.
Yeah.
and they write down every play that could have been
Fishy.
fishy.
Yeah, they have an interesting thing. Like, you write down what you see, I'll write down mine, and we'll compare notes.
Yep. So the catcher and Buck are getting pissed off because Eddie's pitching terribly. There's a 5-run fourth inning, so Kid pulls him, and the Sox end up losing 9-1. Swede talks to Buck after the game about being in on the fix. Buck tells him off. Eddie then has a meeting with somebody who wants to know if the series is fixed. Who was this guy? Was this a reporter?
Yeah,
Okay, this was the reporter.
I think so.
But Eddie says no, we just had our bad day. Bench warmer then goes to talk to Joe about easing up in the field because he was playing too good in the field. Game 2, and the catcher's getting pissed at the pitcher, Lefty, for throwing a curveball that didn't curve. Lefty's getting shelled, but Buck makes another nice diving catch at third. The catcher then hits a double, and everyone stops as a plane flies over and throws a dummy out onto the field. I didn't understand what was going on. Anybody?
The dummy?
Yeah.
It's protest. I don't know what
Yeah.
the connection's supposed to be.
Okay.
I do remember as a child going to a hockey game in Albany, and this is before they had nets behind. They had the glass, but they didn't have the nets.
Okay.
And in the playoffs, a ref made some call, the crowd booed, and there was a woman who had like an extendable arm thing with a referee hanging on it, and she put it up and literally hung the ref over the glass.
Holy Jesus.
And I remember thinking like that's hilarious, but also now thinking like that's insane.
That's yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it was just like a little like doll. Like it clearly was, but it was a ref hanging.
Oof. After the game, the catcher punches Lefty and has to get separated. And then Kid goes into the clubhouse and he goes after Chick because Chick's just having a good time. He's laughing his butt off. He doesn't have a care in the world. Which, if I was him, I would be like trying to play it cool, not like give it away that I'm throwing the game. But
Clearly, Chick doesn't care.
yeah. Then we get a crazy scene at the hotel, which seemed to be just one long shot. Kid goes to see the owner at night. Lloyd goes to see Abe. The players go to see each other, and it's just a bunch of people walking back and forth in the hotel at night.
Yep.
Abe gives Christopher Lloyd gives him only another $10K for the players, since there's nothing that the players can do about it, because they can't be like, well, you owe us. They can't go to the cops and be like, yeah, they owe us $15K for throwing the series. They can't do that.
Here's my thing about Christopher Lloyd. He's playing Al, the angel, right? Why is that never revealed here? Why is there no like Easter egg hints or nothing?
Oh my god!
It's got to be the same character.
Got to be.
And I mean, he's an angel. He can be he can be in all times that he wants to be.
Maybe this is how he died.
I was gonna say
Interesting.
pre-angel.
You think this is before he was dead, when he was just
Yeah.
so? But then, how does this? What gets him from degenerate gambler to angel in heaven?
Well, that's the 8 Men Out too.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
We go to the game 3, and Dickie is pitching. Dickie is just a young kid. He's not on the take. He tells Kid about how the first game he ever saw was Kid striking out or beating Cy Young in a game where he had like
all-time leader in losses.
well,
Also wins. He just pitched every game.
the catcher comes up to bat with men on first and second. Chick is on second, and the catcher grounds out or hits a ground ball, and Chick is like slowly jogging to third. So it's clear that he's clearly doing a terrible job of throwing this game.
Everyone knows that Chick is involved.
Yep. Dickie, though, is pitching lights out, and he gets the win, which screws up Christopher Lloyd's bet, I guess. I guess
Oh.
Christopher Lloyd bet that the Reds would win the first 3 games, but I don't know. Buck then gets a pep talk from his wife. He tells his wife about the fix and that he told them all to take a hike. He thinks that Kid knows about it too, but he's not sure. Eddie then pitches game 4, and Buck yells at him. Eddie cuts off a throw to home to allow a run to score, a throw that Shoeless Joe probably would have got the guy out from the outfield. So they lose that game, I believe. Game 5, and Lefty is on the mound again. Charlie Sheen makes 2 errors in a row to allow a run to score, and the catcher gets thrown out arguing the call with the ref. So one of the only players to actually be trying gets thrown out.
Yeah, and this is where you see Charlie Sheen go from like he's still kind of trying to like he's fully in now.
He tries to make a basket catch, and he drops it.
Yeah.
Buck, after the game, sees the kids again. Then the team is on the train again, and the reporter, I guess, sings them a song about blowing games. Also, this is a 9-game series.
Yes.
That was weird. That floored me.
Game 6, and Shoeless Joe makes a diving catch. Chick is up to bat in extra innings with Buck on third and Joe on first, and he hits a ground ball through the left side of the infield to win the game, and he's pissed about it. He's worried because the gangsters in the crowd aren't happy that they just won the game. Eddie, in his room, gets a visit from another player who asks him if he's going to throw the game. I don't know who that was. Chick and Sweet are trying to keep the other guys on board because they only got paid for 1 game. But this is where Charlie Sheen's like, I didn't get all my money. I'm going to play my hardest now. Like, he keeps flip-flopping.
Yep.
So does another guy. They seem to, like, if they had gotten paid, they would have kept throwing the games, but now they're going to play hard. Kid tries to bench Eddie, who convinces him to let him pitch. Eddie starts off strong, and the team is playing well. Everybody's trying except for Chick and Swede, pretty much. The Gamblers aren't happy, and they win again. Chick and Swede are the only ones who don't celebrate the win. Kid is telling the reporters how the team is up to winning the series even after having the first few games go poorly. Lefty gets approached by one of Rothstein's guys about throwing the next game, and he says, you know, you're going to throw this next game or I'm going to visit your wife, and he threatens his wife. Game 8 starts, and Lefty gives up a couple of hits. Kid tells, I think, Dickie to get ready because he can tell that Lefty's phoning it in. Lefty's going to throw the game. So he pulls Lefty. Rothstein is happy because Cincinnati's up. And then Shoeless Joe hits his solo homer. But the Reds win the series. Reporters think that they know five of the players were on the take, and they said maybe more.
Yeah, they think there's more, but they're like, these guys definitely very clearly are doing this.
They've got Chick and Sweet for sure, and Eddie. Do they have? They probably have Lefty.
I think they have Hap.
And Hap.
Yeah.
So Kid and Buck talk about how they both know something was on. And then the reporters go around talking and listening to everyone who was involved talk about the series. They're just like in.
Why is this guy named Joe?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's his name.
His last name is Joe.
I guess. I don't know that guy. There's Chet.
Why is he playing?
He's always hurt.
Yeah, okay.
Then we get a montage of newspapers talking about the fix, how the White Sox definitely threw the series, and then they get the moniker the Black Sox.
Yep. Because doesn't one of the kids say, like, why would they call them the Black Sox? They're the White Sox.
I think, yeah, it was one of the kids. It wasn't the wife, was it? So The college boy then goes to tell the owner about the fix and who was in on it. So the owners go to Judge Landis to
this disaster.
Oh boy.
clean up baseball.
Yeah, well, this guy does it, and he's a real jerk in real life.
The players are also getting tried on a grand jury, to see if they if there's enough evidence to
But
convict
the jury, like the trials in Chicago,
Yeah.
which is famously corrupt.
them. Eddie gets called to court. He admits to throwing the series, and he signs a confession. Joe also gets called, and he's just told to sign the confession. He's not told what it is really, and he's
Again,
just a
like,
dumb.
presented as like dumb hick.
Yeah.
Just,
Just I'll get to play baseball still, right? And yep, just sign this. You're fine. Sheen is then talking to people in a bar about why he did it, about how he wasn't getting paid enough and might as well make a little money on the side. Joe then leaves the court, and reporters are asking him about everything. Then we get the little kid say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
Well, that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
yeah, well,
That's like the famous line, right?
Yes.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. All the players are talking to Rothstein's lawyer. Rothstein wants the players to admit, so the lawyer will convince them to admit it. Buck and his wife, though, they think the lawyer is from the owner. They think the owner is paying for the lawyer. So the players come to the courtroom, and everyone's applauding them. The owner's on the stand. He's kind of backing the players. Christopher Lloyd takes the stand, and he throws the players under the bus, says, yep, they were all in on this. And the reason that he's turning on them is because they screwed up his bet. He didn't make any money off of it. We see Lloyd's friend also take the stand, and he says that Joe wasn't at the meeting, but he did know about it, and then you can tell he knew about it because he signed the confession. So the prosecution is asked to hand over the confession, but they can't because the confessions were stolen. It seems like there was 3 players to sign confessions. It seemed like Eddie, Buck, and Joe probably. But somebody stole the confessions, which, yeah.
Wow.
Eddie talking to his wife about going to jail, what he wants her to do if he does go to jail. Then we see the catcher on the stand saying he was suspicious about there being a fix, but he had no proof. Buck then gets pissed about being part of the defense with all the other players, even though he wasn't even in on the fix. He wants his own trial, but the judge says he's going to hold him in contempt if he doesn't calm down. Then Kidd takes the stand. He's talking about how the pitcher and the catcher have the most control over the game. He says he when he was playing, he never would have taken a bribe to throw a game, but he had that reputation of never taking a bribe. And then he kind of stops and hems and haws, and he kind of like, I understand why someone would consider it, though, if you feel like you're not getting paid enough. So it kind of seems like he's sticking by his players, but he's also like they probably did this. Then Buck again sees the kids, hangs out with the kids.
Did you cheat, Buck? No.
Talks to him about the trial and playing baseball. And then right before the verdict is read, Buck makes a statement. He wants it on the record that he wanted his own trial, and then he didn't throw the series, and he gives his stats for the series, which were pretty good.
mm-hmm.
And he also wanted a chance to take the stand. And the judge is like, yep, we got
Noted.
Yeah. And then the verdict is read, and they're not guilty because of corruption.
And everyone cheers
Yep.
and celebrates. But
The independent commission, though, bans all the players anyways.
for life.
For life. Shoeless Joe goes and plays in New Jersey under a different name as Brown, and they're 1926 by now. So 7 years later, and he's still playing. And he's like just destroying
It's some
people.
like random league. It's
Yeah.
not the majors.
Yeah.
Buck
just
is in the
wants to play.
stands, and he tells the guys who think that it's Joe, it's not Joe. Going back to the not guilty plea, I forgot. That's going to bring us to
Oh.
our
There was
eBay
a
war.
thing, a story from the baseball documentary that Ken Burns did, where after this happens, Shoeless Joe is like working at a liquor store or something, and Ty Cobb goes in. At this point, Ty Cobb's hated too, so they like recognize each other but won't talk.
Right.
And eventually, he says something like, "Joe, you won't even talk to me now," or something. And Shoeless Joe, he said like, defeated, is like, "I just assumed no one wanted to talk to me anymore."
Yeah. I'd talk to Shoeless Joe. I want to talk to Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb was a dick.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got here?
We've got in the show notes, it's in there now.
I see it.
Chicago Black Sox 1919 World Series scandal, not guilty verdict, 1921 newspaper.
Oh.
You didn't read this like you should have. You made a mistake.
Mercy.
Yeah, that's what you needed to do.
The-
White Sox players found not guilty of conspiracy.
That's what the paper actually says, yes.
Explosion of gas wrecks a house.
Jury,
Yeah, 10 cents.
2 cents. It says right there.
2 cents.
2 cents.
Jury verdict reached in 2 hours and 47 minutes. Only one ballot was taken. Judge Friend declares it a just decision. Accused men go wild with joy. Spectators join in. Pandemonium reigned. That's the byline. So,
The 7 former Chicago White Sox baseball players and 2 others on trial for allowed conspiracy.
item description from the seller. Chicago Black Sox 1919 World Series scandal, not guilty verdict, 1921 newspaper. Offered as an original collectible newspaper, not a copy reproduction. Leo Minster Daily Enterprise, Massachusetts, August 3rd, 1921.
Massachusetts, interesting.
Chicago Black Sox, White Sox, 1919 World Series of Baseball scandal, not guilty verdict, Shoeless Joe Jackson. This is one of the better headlines to be had for this infamous event in baseball history, the not guilty verdict in the Black Sox scandal of the 1919 Major League Baseball World Series. The 4-column headline announces White Sox players found not guilty of conspiracy. This trial involves 7 players of the Chicago White Sox accused of throwing the series. Among the subheads are jury verdict reached in 2 hours and 47 minutes. Only one ballot was taken. Judge Friend declares it a just decision. Accused men go wild with joy. Spectators join in. Pandemonium reigned. Complete in 8 pages, toning at the margins, a bit off minor margin chipping, should be handled with care. A nice displayable account of one of the most infamous events in baseball history. Please note, all of our offerings are 100% authentic. We do not offer reprints or reproductions of any kind. They are guaranteed to be original. Links to archival, storage options, and certificates of authenticity are below. We can skip that. A whole lot of shipping information about international and domestic shipping. We've got archival storage and certificate of authenticity stuff, about us, and contact information. I'll give you the about us for them. We have been both collectors and dealers in rare newspapers since 1975, serve as consultants to multiple museums, and are members of both the Ephemera Society of America and the American Antiquarian Society. Bid and buy with confidence, knowing every item we offer is guaranteed to be authentic.
Interesting.
That is all in the item description.
It's a lot of descriptions.
It's a lot.
And I
Sounds
cut
expensive.
out a lot of shit in that description. So, I believe, Bill, you're up big on Ryan?
I had been, but then he was cheating his way back up. Was it you
See
that
what you
caught
got.
me by cheating?
Wally took
And
the
then I'm
lead.
still
I'm-
destroying Ryan?
I'm beating
Bill-
Bill 15 to 13.
Yeah, cheater.
But then,
I think you're right then. I think I'm
who,
absolutely
whose movie was Hustle?
me.
That was you?
Yeah.
So that should be my name, not your name. Okay. I'm beating Ryan 13 to 10.
Wow.
And Bill, you are also beating Ryan 13 to 10.
Embarrassing.
So I got to get back in the game here.
But
No,
you had a
that's me.
13-9 lead last time, and that
There
And I
you go.
gave one back.
You gave
Yeah.
one back.
And I
oh
don't think it
no,
was an
Ryan, we're tied apparently, 12-12. I was looking at the wrong score when I updated
Okay,
ours.
All right. Get it
And
right.
you call him your best friend.
I said it's up for debate. You have to mail in and tell me. All right, Bill, you have to go first. Either way.
Yep.
Oh, so this is hard. It's not
It's a newsie from 1921. Count for.
$250. I really am not sure. But it's not an autograph, so I have a chance.
I was gonna say $2.99. It's
But
probably
instead you're going to say $251?
more. I'll go $3.99.
You're both over.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't a kind of a cool thing.
$200. Nope. I take that back. $199.79.
$100.
Bill, you do win.
Huzzah.
You lucked into the win because you were so close with your first bet. Is $245.
Okay.
So
All right.
Ryan is still at 10, and Bill, you are now at 14.
I would buy this if I didn't care. If I had enough money I didn't care, I would buy something like
I'm
this.
not super into this story,
Yeah.
so I don't think I would. But
If I was a
if
bigger
there was-
baseball fan, maybe.
If there was something like this, like I don't even know what it would be. Celtics win the '86 title. Maybe I would consider buying it.
if it was something like a newspaper with the Hand of God Maradona on it, I would consider it. That's a sport that I enjoy, but baseball, I'm like, it's cool. I wouldn't hate a baseball
This is
fan
what
for
I
having
mean,
it.
the Red Sox, obviously, but I like the history of baseball just because it is so much.
Yeah.
Because it's been around for going on 150 years now.
Well, I was thinking about this after we did the Bull Durham, and I was like, why are there? Because I've done like 9 baseball movies. I'm like, why do I keep picking baseball movies? And I was like, is baseball the best sports movie? It is.
It is. Yeah.
It is. And I was trying to figure out why is baseball better than the other sports as a movie? Is it just because the lore makes it a good movie, like the mythology of baseball, or is it because
You got
the
the
movie really works with the one-on-one matchups of baseball, like
That and-
the close-up of the pitcher winning
Yeah.
the throw, the close-up of the batter, whereas in football, like you can't capture the action.
In football and
you got 11
basketball, you
people.
get the last second,
yeah.
but that's all you get.
Yeah.
In baseball, it's timeless, so like you can make those
But it's
moments
easier-
forever.
It's easier to like shoot a baseball movie and it looks more realistic because of the way baseball is played. I don't know, but baseball movies seem to be better than all the other sports.
It is easier to make a baseball movie look realistic than I would say most of other movies. Because if you're not an athletic person and you're an actor playing in a baseball movie, you can kind of get away with that. But if you're an actor in like a soccer or a football movie and you're not athletic, you can't really fake
Football
that.
is like incredibly hard to make a movie. Like the more
good-
modern ones are better, but
Yeah.
like the action of football
Yeah.
is tough to capture sometimes. But
So what do we got for best quote? Is it "Say it ain't so, Joe"?
I think
Can you
it's gotta be that
think of
one.
any other quotes?
no, it's got to be that.
There's other like long form ones, but no, I think that's the right one.
And how about MVP?
That's really hard.
Is it Johnny Cusack?
I was gonna say John Cusack is good.
John Cusack is kind of like the lead.
Christopher Lloyd?
Michael Rooker,
Yeah, he was good. He was real good in this as a
bad guy.
bad
Which one's
guy. Yeah.
Michael Rooker again?
The main chick.
Yeah, chick.
Oh, the main baseball player though. Okay.
Mm,
I mean, Mahoney's good too, but he's not enough.
Fraser's dad.
Yeah,
I would still go with Cusack. I think he's good.
yeah. I think Buck
I think
is
that's correct,
the right
yeah.
choice.
It is weird that
Fuck
like
Weaver.
going into this movie, I'm expecting Cusack to be Shoeless Joe Jackson
Yeah. Yep.
and be more of that. You know, should I take the money or what do I do?
Right. Present
Yeah.
Shoeless Joe as one of the main characters and
It's
not a
not.
weird
He's
side.
like a weird side guy.
Yeah.
The other thing about this movie is I expected it to be kind of serious, and it feels kind of like it's not like a comedy, but it's like kind of silly and goofy and like lighthearted throughout the whole thing of like, we're taking a bribe. That doesn't really matter. Like there's no like stakes. Like is the mafia going to kill the Black Sox if they don't do it? We don't even, We didn't.
There's like little insinuations that you don't mess with them.
You don't mess with Rothstein, but is it okay if you mess with fucking all the other guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to matter. And they like blow the one game, and nothing happens to them.
Yeah,
like they don't even get threatened in any way. It's just so weird. Even when they go to trial and they get off, it's just like, well,
I just read this now, which may be part of this. Director John Sayles was contractually obligated to a running time under 2 hours.
Yeah, I saw that.
Final cut of the film was 1:59:48.
And that's probably a good thing because the movie does feel fast.
It does,
but
they get right into it.
They get into it. They don't skip over anything, but it's very quick and lighthearted. Like, we're gonna fuck over Comiskey. Let's go.
Yeah.
And there's no stakes, and like, like there's nothing bad that's gonna happen. There's no like Shoeless Joe like dealing with the fact that he's gonna take the money or not. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But did we give it to Cusack?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
What do you guys give it for a rating?
That's what makes this hard because I'm like, it's a fun, fine movie, but I don't know. There's no like meat on the bone here.
6 point. 6
Yeah.
point. 6.
6.6?
6.0.
6.0.
Ooh, ouch. It went down. What happened?
Well, it wasn't going to be 6.6. It was 6 point, and then I froze, and then just said 6 again.
6.6666666.
All right, Ryan, what about you?
I just said 6.66666.
6.6, okay.
Forgot a few of those decimals.
I'm giving it a 4.4. I didn't
I
didn't think it was a good movie.
Whoa.
That brings it down to a 5.7 out of 10.
It's not that bad.
Let's see what it compares to. That is what I'm always curious about.
So 5.7, we got an exact match for Race. That's the Jesse Owens movie. Angels in the Outfield is 5.8.
Let's say that's better than this.
Slapshot is 5.6.
This is better than this.
Slapshot's
better than that. Why is Slapshot so low?
I don't know.
I think there was a lot of problems in it that we
The problematic parts?
Yeah. Another 5.7 was Hardball. Let me go look at
Hardball.
It's
one
the
where the
Keanu
guy
Reeves.
This is better than that.
We might have to move this up. Wally really wrecked this with his little score here.
Uncut Gems is 5.8 and Draft Day is 5.6. This wasn't as good as I think.
What are you gonna say? It's not as good as Uncut Gems?
No, this isn't. I was gonna say this isn't as good as you guys are saying it is. I think it's pretty much right where it belongs.
It's in that range.
Needs to be a little
Something
higher.
doesn't feel right, but it's in that range.
I don't feel good about it.
I don't feel bad about it.
I feel like we haven't ranked stuff low enough. Is our problem.
Yeah.
Ladybugs 0.6, Shaolin Soccer 1.9.
Those are very bad.
Shaolin is still our most popular YouTube video,
which is fantastic,
and most unpopular YouTube video.
All the Right Moves is
At the same time.
3.5, but the lowest that we've ranked something originally, on the original watch,
Listen, we're nice at first,
is probably 4.
And then when we get to know you, we really break you down.
Yeah.
3.2. We gave Ladybugs a 3.2 originally, and that was the lowest we gave anything. The next lowest that we gave anything was 4.0. She's the Man.
That's why we have a re-rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the Man is going down to a 2. Come on.
Yeah.
No,
That movie
it
stinks.
doesn't belong in the same category as Shaolin Soccer.
That movie stinks.
Yeah, but not like that movie does.
Hey,
2.7.
Shaolin Soccer was fun.
It was not.
No, that was the problem
fun.
with Shaolin Soccer.
It was
It was
fun.
not
It was fun and dumb.
It was dumb. It was not fun.
Did you forget? That
I
was
feel
2 years ago.
I feel like I did forget.
What
about all the
I feel
weird
like
storyline
Okay.
with
The Shaolin of it.
girl. Yeah.
ugly, but they make her that way? I don't think she actually is.
Oh my god, the Shaolin! I wanted karate soccer. That's what I wanted. Kick people in the face.
Oh.
That's not what the movie does.
No, it's
Until,
kicking, it's using your skills
it's
with the
like-
ball.
a tiny little bit at the very end. I wanted what's that movie where they're on wires and they're flying around? Fucking
Crouching Tiger, Hidden
yeah.
Dragon.
I wanted Crouching Tiger, Hidden Ball. That's not what it was. It's trash.
All right, what? Who's up next, Bill?
I
Bill's
am.
up next.
What do we got, Bill?
None of his movies.
My first 5 to 10 movies I wanted to watch are not available. Oh, I did see this actually. I just want to say when I said Cy Young is the most losses ever.
Yeah.
The top 7 and 9 of the top 10 losers of all time are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Cy Young is first.
Yep.
Second is something called Pud Galvin.
Pud.
Name the person in MLB history with the third most losses all time.
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, right. Because he pitched every game
All the time.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to come up with. I have a couple of options
Very-
here.
Oh boy, here
I'm
the
very-
excuses are coming in.
I'm
Either
very
you guys are
curious
going
to
to help
see
me
the
with
rest of
this,
it.
or you're going to say you don't care. And if you both say you have no opinion, we're watching Space Jam. So give me something if you don't want to watch Space Jam.
Wait, Space Jam 1 we did.
No, the new one.
Oh God,
None
no.
of us want that. So just give me some form of opinion. We can watch a Disney-esque drama.
Oh, no.
We can watch a okay comedy, or we can watch something weird. Or we can watch. You guys can say it's up to me, and then we are watching Space Jam 2.
Go ahead,
No,
Ryan.
no,
put
no,
put your
no.
2 cents in.
I'm gonna pick something weird because that makes for a good podcast.
I was thinking something weird as well.
Okay. We're gonna do something that I've had on my radar for a long time. Was afraid to pull the trigger on.
I don't like this at all.
Well, because Wally at least is gonna say it's not sports.
Oh boy.
we're gonna watch-
Wait, you're going into my territory. You're gonna get yourself in trouble here.
I don't know.
I
It's
like
on Hulu and Fubu.
Okay.
Wait, Hulu Premium subscription is that us?
Oh no, we don't have that.
We don't have Hulu Premium. All right.
Probably not, but I could check.
Okay, so
What's
we'll
the-
save that for later.
Wait. Let's see if we got it. Hulu.
What's the movie?
Real Steel.
Oh,
That's
my
not.
God.
That's not a. That no.
It's a boxing movie.
That is not a boxing movie. That is what was it? Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
It's a boxing movie,
Ugh,
but I don't think it's available anyways.
I don't think. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
have it.
God, that would have been so fun
See?
in
It's
the
not-
worst possible way.
That's not a boxing movie.
Is it available?
Hold on, I gotta. What the fuck? Why am I not
Anthony Mackie's in it.
this one?
Captain America.
Huge Buttman's in it. What is Evangeline Lilly? How do I know her?
Lost.
Oh, is that Kate?
Yep.
Okay.
Hugh Jackman's in fucking.
Yeah.
I don't think I can. I don't know why it won't let me sign into Hulu.
All
on my
right. So
phone.
then I guess.
Wait, it's on Disney Plus. It could be on Disney Plus too, right? Because Hulu and Disney Plus are the same. Now.
It doesn't say Disney Plus though when I was looking it up.
But Hulu and Disney Plus are the same thing now, I think. So, hold on. Let me double check. Real Steel. I don't want to say no to Real Steel.
And it's about a real life boxer who then has to go into robot boxing. It sounds like it's not gonna be available though.
It's not looking.
It is not available on Disney
Okay,
Plus.
so then we can go Disney kind of drama or mediocre comedy.
Comedy.
All right.
All right, it's shorter.
That's good.
Good.
On Paramount Plus
Okay.
We have that.
or Roku channel.
no.
Blades of Glory 2007.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
There's at least a couple funny lines. That might be it though.
I think this is the worst Will Ferrell movie.
He's got like 1 or 2 scenes that are funny, but then the rest
I
is
think
not
this,
great.
and it's the Napoleon Dynamite.
John Hader or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite.
No. That's not his name, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
It's not Bill Hader.
Okay.
That's a different guy.
Yep.
Yep. I was picturing Bill
a much
Hader.
funnier actor.
I was picturing Bill Hader when you said John Hader, so I was like, that's not his
The
name.
Napoleon Dynamite guy hasn't really done that.
Here's the important part, though. If it's not going to be that good a movie, it is a crisp 93 minutes.
That's good.
That's the way you want it.
This, for me, I'll just spoil the beginning of next week's show. This is definitely a TBS movie.
Next week's show, are you really that optimistic that Wally's going to be available next week?
I should be.
So, no. And then you disappear after that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When is my? So let's see. I'll be available next week,
For now.
and then I'll be available the following week. But the 17th, I won't be here.
Okay. Oh wait, you're gonna be gone for
St. Patrick's Day. Yep.
That was silly.
Wow.
Yep. I'll be in Iceland instead of Ireland.
You gonna help take over that territory for us?
Yeah.
what you're doing?
No, that's Greenland. That's
But-
different country, Ryan.
No, but they're next.
They're next.
First Greenland, then Iceland.
Yeah.
Right? We got to trade routes. Your buddies at Doge are going with you.
Hey, now. No. That I will not accept.
All right, we're out of here. Peace out.
Ding, ding.